Hey, wanna catch a movie? I heard Black Panther wasn't bad.
Hey, sure, come. I know a good free site, man.
Are you sure this is okay?
Yeah, it's free and everyone does it. No problem one.
Isn't
click
it
of a
sort
button.
illegal?
That's all it took
You're
to
so
undermine
scared you
years
will
of
find
creative
yourself
production illegally.
Online piracy means reproducing intellectual property without the permission from its producers. What you might not realize is how rampant it is locally. According to a recent survey, at least 3 in 5 Singaporeans have participated in music, TV, or movie piracy, and up to 2 in 5 still actively download or stream pirated content.
Globally, based on number of visits to piracy sites per internet user, Singapore ranks 9th.
But besides major pirating websites such as Pirate Bay and F-Movies, Singaporeans can easily access illicit streaming devices that can decode pay TV channels to allow people to watch shows without paying.
A few minutes drive from the Istana, retailers in Sim Lim Square sell illegal set-top boxes streaming Premier League football for as little as $100. According to Channel News Asia, within the Asia Pacific region, Singapore has the highest availability of such illicit devices.
But why and why should we care? In the following social documentary, we will examine online piracy by gathering perspectives from everyday Singaporeans like yourself and look at some possible solutions.
To understand public perceptions and just how prevalent online piracy is, we asked shoppers at Sim Lim Square some questions.
Yeah, sometimes.
Just like use a computer like just stream it.
In the past, yes.
No, I use Netflix.
No. I subscribe to Netflix,
Of course, it's wrong.
It depends on what perspective you look at it. Some of our parents may be like, okay, can, because you help us to save money by not doing movies. Or other parents may be like, this, you copyright other people already, you don't like pay for what they did, the work they put in, so it's not actually very good.
In all honesty, yes.
There are some instances where it's wrong, but sometimes it's okay when you can't get the actual thing.
It's a social perspective, I guess. Inaccessibility, if piracy is more accessible than the original one, obviously that's a normal society.
Do these responses strike home? Many of us Singaporeans do not think using pirated content is wrong. In fact, nearly 3/4 of the population consider piracy to be normal or typical behaviour.
Singapore's Copyright Act states that those found guilty of downloading and possessing illegal content can face a fine of up to $50,000 or be jailed up to 3 years or both. However, the law is unclear on recipients of such illegal content streams and is not strongly enforced or elucidated.
It's precisely such lack of clarity regarding legal implications that causes misperceptions among Singaporeans. And even among those who believe online piracy is wrong, the sheer number of Singaporeans who actively do so is enough to downplay convictions. Monetary incentives plays a part too.
With prospects of free content, many discount even legal boundaries in achieving them. TV programs provided by Singtel, for example, requires consumers to pay subscription fees as compared to websites like Pirate Bay, which offers free content in the comfort of your homes. In a local study, 63% of Singaporeans who admitted to actively downloading pirated content identified their primary incentive as it costs nothing to pirate. But what about the impacts?
Who do you think this will affect?
The creators of the stuff, because they actually don't get to earn the money.
I think mostly it will be the content producers, people who make those videos, still have to eat.
The creators of the content, ultimately, because they're the ones who created the content and they're not getting their dues paid for what they created.
I run a design agency, so from a personal perspective, yes, we know the impact of people use our intellectual property without paying.
Okay, that's about it. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Their responses aren't too far from the truth. Legitimate content often lose substantial amounts of cash to cheaper alternatives. In fact, according to London-based digital TV research, online TV and movie piracy cost the industry an estimated $31.8 billion in global revenue in 2017, and the figures are projected to increase to $51.6 billion by 2022. Take it from the most prominent creative industry today. Clearly, this issue contributes to major losses in local and international industries. But what about back home? Singapore aims to be a smart nation with a professional business image. Undoubtedly, this warrants respect for intellectual property, which is advocated even in our schools and families. Shouldn't similar principles thus be applied to the creative industry? Yet, online piracy, which blatantly infringes on copyright, is left largely undealt with. If left uncurbed, it can undermine Singapore's reputation as a society that respects intellectual property. More so, it hinders our ambitions and aspirations to become a smart nation. As we seek to expand our digital economy and the media, online piracy is a pressing issue you and I must confront together.
But why not leave it to the government? They solve everything. It is precisely such apathy that makes solving the problem so hard. Authorities can only do so much, but 3 in 5 Singaporeans, you and I, actively stream pirated content. We as a community have the largest propensity to exacerbate or alleviate the problem. So today we urge you to take a stand to say we are not pirates. Here are some ways you can play your part. First, we as content consumers can make the active decision to not engage in online piracy. Boycott shady illegal websites and devices that offer entertainment at too good to be true prices. At the core of any social issue, it is collective decision of many individuals to engage in wrong behaviour that causes the behaviour to instead seem acceptable. This creates a social norm strong enough to downplay moral convictions. Hence, your very decision to defer in this collective decision can change mindsets of those around us and break illegal normalcy. If you're unsure of certain websites, contact IPOS at 6339-8616. Second, raise awareness among those around us about impacts and legal boundaries of pirated content. This means spreading information you've learned here. Another reason why people think online piracy is okay is no compelling disincentives. Hence, we need to instill a mindset that online piracy is indeed morally and legally wrong. Simple discouragement of consuming pirated content to friends and family goes a long way in spreading information. We as a society can instill a culture that instead actively advocates against online piracy and is aware of its legal boundaries. Third, actively report to IPOS or the police any instances of online piracy you encounter. In 2013, hundreds of illegal set-top boxes were seized by police after tracking a syndicate that distributed sales flyers for these devices. But authorities are physically limited and online piracy in particular is impossible to police. Who then can make these advertisements known? It's you, target audience of their illicit behaviour. You play the biggest role in identifying illegal content distributors and keeping eyes on the ground. Identifying low-hanging sellers enables authorities to follow these up the supply chain and eliminate the initial supplier. Africa, I love this, man. It's my favorite.